Hey, what's up guys? It's Marf and welcome to an Asphalt 8 video. I figured I would revisit this game in a video for 2023 because there have been a couple of updates recently that really changed up how the game works. And I was curious to see what exactly happened. And I was met with some mixed feelings. Firstly, I do want to say, every time I come back to play this game, I'm always pleasantly surprised at how fun it is. And one of the main reasons why is because it always feels very fast and action-packed. It feels like all of the tracks were just so well designed, and of course with most of the cars in the game you're always above 200 miles an hour all the time, and so it just feels like a really fast, fun game. And even though you can say that like the strategy in the game is really basic compared to Asphalt 9, it still doesn't change the fact that when you want to just have a nice burst of speed, it's really easy to hop onto Asphalt 8 and get into an S-Class car and be going 300 miles an hour all of the time. So in that regards, it does still feel kind of fresh even in 2023. So let's talk about the mixed feelings for a second, because one of the main things that happened was a lot of balance changes. And when I mean a lot of balance changes, I mean a whole heck of a lot of balance changes. I was not expecting this many cars to be changed. Now, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but just to give you an idea of just how much was changed, because usually in most games, a lot of the newer things are changed. This time around though, everything was changed around except for a couple of different cars, like at the very top of S-Class, for example. And just to give you an idea, my favorite car in the game, of course, is the Audi TTS, and that car was in the game at release, so way back in 2013, which we'll actually talk about the 10-year anniversary thing in a bit. But that car was actually nerfed in the past couple of updates, which I was not expecting, because it's always been towards the bottom of D class anyway. It's always been pretty much irrelevant. Of course, I play with it because I love it, but I was not expecting this to happen. And on top of it being nerfed, for whatever reason, it removed some of my upgrades. So of course I had it at Pro Max, or whatever the terminology is called, but when I came back to the car, I still had a few upgrades that I had to put on the car, which was really interesting. However, one of the most confusing things that I ran into was, of course, I wanted to try and upgrade my Audi TTS, so I went to see what was going on and how I could do that, because it's been a while since I've tried. Now, over the past couple of years, Asphalt 8 has made its upgrading system really convoluted and a very multi-step process just to do simple upgrades, which is really disappointing to see, but unfortunately that's just the case. Now, I assumed that because I wanted to upgrade a very low-end D-Class car, I could go right in and do it, and boy was I wrong, because of course you need all of the different vehicle parts, so of course, you know, tires, drivetrain, that sort of thing, but you also need to convert wildcards to the specific car's upgrade cards with cars. Boy, the terminology is really getting out of hand for this game. But anyway, you need cards for the upgrades for your car. So you need 9 or 10 of them once you get to the later stages, and of course you need the other different components. So I thought the wild cards would be very easy to get because it's D-Class, but it's not very easy to get because for some reason a lot of the S-Class cards and the A-Class cards are very easy to get because in multiplayer and in events they're often featured as the featured rewards, because of course that's what people want. But for whatever reason, wherever I go into the game, it's very rare that I actually find the ability to buy or obtain a D-Class wildcard. Now, it took me a really long time to find this out, but you can convert higher wildcards into lower tier wildcards. So I actually converted a lot of my C-Class wildcards to D-Class wildcards, and then from there I had to convert those wildcards to the specific card that I needed for the Audi TTS. So I've been at this upgrading thing for a couple of days now, and I am still not anywhere close to actually maxing out the Audi TTS, which is really frustrating, and I don't know how long it'll take me to get there. Now, I've gotten some free upgrades from the lucky spin wheel thing that's going on right now. I guess they're calling it the treasure hunt, which is an interesting mechanic. To be fair, it does give you a lot of nice rewards, But of course, with many things, once you look at the featured reward and how difficult it is to get there, and I guess in this case, how lucky you need to be to get there, you just sort of end up giving up on getting that reward. So I had no chance at getting the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, and I have no chance of getting the featured 911 GT3 RS, but I got a lot of class upgrades for free, which is nice, and of course a lot of parts. So all in all, I'm honestly not too disappointed with this system. I'm actually kind of okay with it. However, with all of those balance changes came a huge shift in the meta. Now, I was never really familiar with the cars that I should be using or buying or whatever, but of course that has completely changed with the past couple of updates, and unfortunately it's left a very big hole in my garage. I don't have a D King or a C King or a B King or an A King. I only really have an S-Class King, which is the Pininfarina Battista. So now I need to buy like 4 or 5 cars and fully upgrade them. Now luckily, Game Off gave me a lot of free keys with some of the updates because they balanced a lot of things, so I can pretty much unlock 1 A, B, and C class car and 2 D class cars. So let me know in the comment section which cars I should unlock, but I only have 1 ultimate upgrade kit, so I can only upgrade one of them fully to max, because as I've alluded to with the whole Audi TTS situation, it is almost impossible now to fully upgrade any of the cars in this game. So I don't know, I'm thinking of waiting for something like the La Voiture Noire to come back on sale, or just, you know, buying another very good S-Class car and of course using that ultimate upgrade on it, and then slowly making my way through some of the other cars that I want to upgrade. So that's about it for this video, guys. Asphalt 8 in 2023 is confusing, yet somehow still fun to play. Let me know your thoughts of the state of the game in the comment section down below. It is the 10-year anniversary of this game, of course, once that comes into August. So I'm very curious to see what they are going to do. They've been changing a lot, so maybe they are leading up to some big change, because otherwise I have no idea why they would change this many cars all the time. So I don't know what's going on. Hopefully they're alluding to something big. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.